Hello and welcome to EV Review Ireland. My name is Derek Reilly. Today we were at the Mercedes-Benz EQE and it's potentially one of the best electric vehicles on sale at the moment. So let's get started. A big statement to start our review with, but I appreciate there's a price tag and there is a premium to it, and we will see this technology rolling down, but for a ground-up EV, I think this is a phenomenal attempt by Mercedes-Benz to create one of the best electric vehicles in the market today. As you can see by the styling, it is very similar to the EQS, its bigger brother or sister or sibling. And there's a reason for that. It's all about aerodynamics and efficiency, and this styling is not to everybody's taste, but the more you see it on the road, the more people consider it part of the norm moving forward. And I have a couple of friends who would say this is a nice looking car but actually don't like the look of the Mercedes EQS. I think they're both great looking, but also they are super efficient as well. So with the Mercedes-Benz EQE, you have this telltale grille on the front of it, and you can get this with different designs in it with the Mercedes-Benz star built into it. And there's 3 different trims in Ireland, and we have models from the Mercedes-Benz EQE 300 all the way up to the Mercedes AMG 53. Prices are starting around about 82,000 euros all the way up to 128, again here in Ireland. This has the AMG kit or pack on it on the outside and on the inside, so you can spec. So there is the standard line, there is the electric life, and then there is the AMG, and you can choose which bit you want. You could have standard on the outside and AMG on the inside, etc, etc. This one has AMG on the outside and AMG on the inside, and what you will see is there's a bit more difference down here, a bit more sporty with that AMG pack on it. We've got these digital lights which are phenomenal. You have your front-facing camera as well underneath that very large Mercedes-Benz, and you have it on the bottom as well of the bonnet. Moving down along the side, you have 19s, 20s and 21s as standard, depending on what line you get, are 19s and 20s. This one is 255, 45, 19, so they're 19s, and a nice aero wheel, not too crazy, but these can go all the way up to 21 inches. This bonnet is sealed, so if you want to get into it, the only thing you need to put into it is washer fluid, so you literally just pop this side pot, and this is the same as the Mercedes-Benz EQS, and this is where your washer fluid goes in. Some nice EQE branding on the A-pillar. You've got that body coloured wing mirror with the indicator built in and retractable. Really, one bow is what Mercedes-Benz are called, this design language, because if you see from the top of the wheel arch, this line comes all the way along and comes down the back. So really nice coupe looking. Pop-out door handles in silver. Colours wise, you're going to get white, black, silvers, lots of different greys. There is a red and there is a blue here in the Irish market. You've got some metal underneath and then some gloss black at the very bottom. Some 360 cameras on this one. This one has a premium pack that includes that 360 camera and that augmented reality, but we'll talk about it inside. There's only the premium pack, the red seat belts, which we're going to talk about, and it also has that AMG pack on the outside and on the inside. So 3 options on this, but within those options, you're going to get a lot more. You've got your rear door, and then down along the back, we're going to talk about these lovely wraparound taillights. Styling wise, I like it, and the fact that it's good looking and aero efficient. Some people just don't like the looks of it. Let me know in the comments if it is something that you're interested in. We've recently passed 10,000 subscribers here on the channel, so we're looking to drive to 12,000 by the end of 2022. So all subscriptions that you can, likes, comments, engagement really help the channel. Let's turn it around and have a look at the back. What's it like around the back here in the beautiful location of the Fernhill Park in Stepaside in County Dublin? You have the charging port on the driver's side, and it is nice little opening there. 11 kilowatt on AC and 170 kilowatt on DC, so good power on both with regards to how they accept it. You will be charging up in about 10 to 80% in about, if you can find a charger that can go up to 170 in about 30-35 minutes. We talked about these wraparound headlights, and you will have seen that coast to coast, side to side headlight on the Mercedes-Benz EQS and a lot of electric vehicles at the moment, and it has that double helix going on there, which is really nice. Little spoiler on the back, and you've got this coupe hatch electric tailgate. Boot's not a bad size. There is a bit of a lip on it, and if I was speccing it, I definitely would get a protector, a sill protector here, and I'm sure that's in the options list. You have a 20-40-20 split, 40-20-40 split, and there's a little hatch in underneath. So you've got your charging cables in there because you don't have a frunk. So you will get a couple of bags of golf clubs in here, but it is, because it is that hatch, it is a bit restrictive as to what you can put into it, and it has that power tail lift. You can see where the gloss black comes down, and you have, I wouldn't call it a high level brake light, but it is another brake light just halfway up. You've got the gloss black, and then this. You've got your identifier, the EQE 350E. As I said, this is just a step up, and depending on ranges, you can get up to 646 kilometers, depending on what trim and what level and what spec. Batteries are all in around that 90 kilowatt hour. I think it's around 88 or 91, might be 91 and 88 usable, but yeah, 600 plus real world. On this model, I'm getting around about the late 500s. Another feature with the AMG is this more sporty diffuser down here, and you can really see where, if there was exhaust going to be put onto it, where they'd go. But this is a fully electric vehicle, always has been and always will be, and so these are pure diffusers just for that aerodynamic efficiency and that sporty AMG look. Let's have a look on the inside. What's it like inside the Mercedes-Benz EQE? Really nice, and it's again a Mercedes fare, but it's specifically the EQ fare. So we'll start at the door, and you have your seat adjusting all on this little kind of a chair icon. You've got 3 presets memory, and you've got your memory, you've got your heated seats, you've got your center locking, the ability to open all windows and retract them as well. Kind of like a floating shelf design on the window display, or the window controls, and a really good size boot, really good size pocket with a button for the boot. Over my right knee, you have the light adjuster. You can just leave it on automatic, but there is poor weather lights, and you've got that handbrake if you need it. I actually have had it all week, and I've never pulled that handbrake once. Once you put it into park, it's engaging. An absolutely stunning air vent, like a propeller, and a Mercedes-Benz probably the best air vents that I've ever tested. Top of the door, you've got this beautiful nubuck. You've got the ambient light, which is part of that premium pack. You've got some grey suede. Yeah, so it is a AMG black leather seats with a grey dash, but there's lots of combinations. You can get yacht, you can get browns, you can get greys, etc. A lot of gloss blacks with patterns inside them as well. Steering wheel is a 3-spoke, technically a 6-spoke because they're split, but no, technically a 3-spoke. And so you've got your menus on the top of these. You've got voice and phone on the left, and on the right you've got your driver assistant there, added to with that premium pack. You've got your regenerative braking paddles behind it, and on the right hand side you have your wipers and lights, and on the left hand side you have your drive mode selector. Nice little silver touch at the bottom of it as well. Power button on the right hand side. And you will see that it has the ability to have a specific profile added. Driver infotainment screen is really clear, and you can change what it looks like, and you can change the dials and what you see. You can have speedo, you can have power, you can have map in the middle of it. But you can change that configuration. So that MBUX has come on since I've started reviewing them on the channel. And if you're interested in an electric Mercedes-Benz, there's a full section, full playlist newly added. I've added new playlists by manufacturer, and I've been lucky enough to test all the different Mercedes-Benzes. So with that new book, you're going to come along all the way along the top, that suede with that red stitching, and you've got that light, and you can change the color of the light. It can be dynamic, it can be ambient. So if you want it to be red all the time to match the red seatbelts, you can have it like that, but there's lots of different colors on it. So that's the steering wheel. Obviously it's got reach and rake, and it's electronically adjusted up and down. And if you set up your profile like I've done, and you put in your height, it actually adjusts it as to what your height is. If you saw my review for the Mercedes-Benz EQS, you'll remember they had what's called the hyper screen, and some of the advertising for the EQE has that hyper screen in it, but I believe it's not available yet, but it is coming down the line. What we have here is a portrait screen. I never remember portrait landscape. Portrait screen, and you can log in as your own profile. You have the ability for Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. But the MBUX interface is actually really good. You've got some shortcodes, and what it does is it starts to learn the elements that you're actually using and starts to put them up on these widgets on the screen. You have your EQ menu, you have the ability to change settings, the comfort, the phone, the radio, the media, etc., etc. So very good, and it used to be on that horizontal and on the other models, but this one is, I like the way that it's followed all the way down into it. Some other tactile buttons underneath, well, touch sensitive with the whole actual switch gear changes. You have your fingerprint reader, your hazard lights, your car settings, EQ, parking camera, and how you want to change the dynamic. So you've got Eco, Comfort, Sport, and then Personal, which are individual as they call it here in Mercedes land. You've got some glass black going on, not too much, but it is a fairly wide surface, so some people will probably get this covered. Then you've got two USB Type-C connectors, you've got NFC for your phone, you also have the ability to charge your car, you've got Qi wireless charging, and then you've got some cup holders. This armrest is all built in, and you've got a large section down here with the Mercedes-Benz screen cloth for cleaning your screen. And then on the premium package, you get the storage area in underneath. Seats are stunning, really nice, really comforting. They're heated. I'm surprised they're not cooled, but it is in keeping with the quality and the price of the vehicle. I've driven this a long way this week up to Donegal and back again, and it was like a beautiful ride, beautiful suspension. Over then on the driver's side, you have not a bad glove box, but not the biggest in the world, but it's nicely fitted in and you wouldn't even realize it was actually there. Head unit, you've got your lights and you've got your ambient comfort lights, etc. as well. You have your microphone and you have your light with your mirror. No sunglass holder, and the rear view mirror is nearly frameless. Let's have a seat in the back and let's see what it's like. That seat is set for me. I'm 188 centimeters. 6'2". Let's have a seat in the back. What's it like in the back of the Mercedes-Benz EQE? Lots of space anyway. You have about 4 or 5 centimeters between my knees. Put my feet in underneath. Yeah, good. Height is good as well, head height. Another 4 or 5 centimeters. You've got some reading lights. You've got the carrying on of that suede with that red stitching. You've got your door handle with a bit of glass black going on, and that floating armrest as well. You've got your speakers, decent side door bins, nice sculpted seats so you're not hemmed in, and you have your magazine holder. In the back here you have some USB Type-Cs. You've got 2 of them, and you've got some air vents. You've got your pop-up ISOFIX, but it's not the flap, it is the pop-out version. But really comfortable seats. Central seat belt isn't red, but the outer ones matching the front are red, and that's a €500-600 option if you wanted those red seat belts. Nice little touch, something different. Center armrest, and you have the ability then to have the dual cup holders and the phone holder if you just pop it out the once. That's what that's for. Central headrest. Would you get 3 adults in the back depending on their size, but yeah, typically it would be 2 adults in the back, but plenty of space. Small bit of a transmission tunnel, but not bad, and you've got those AMG mats front and rear. Let's take it out for a drive. What's it like driving the Mercedes-Benz EQE? As I said at the start of the actual video, it is probably one of the nicest electric vehicles I've been in, and I know the EQS is up there at an even higher price point, but for sub 100,000, I can't think of many other that are as smooth, as nice to drive, as well rated. The suspension is absolutely stunning. The seats are great. The steering wheel is a great size with a great weight to it. Yeah, it's hard to knock all these factors when you put them together. And with that range of the guts of 600 kilometers, there's not a lot that can compete with the likes of this. The augmented reality display is nice as well, and we talked about it before that there isn't a head-up display on this version, but it is available on the Premium Plus, I believe, whereas this is the Premium. But the fact that it comes up on the screen and it's not distracting you, I really like that. For such a large vehicle, when you hear those 0 to 100 kilometer an hour times, number one, and also just the power and the horsepower, but also the torque, you can really see the benefits of electric vehicles. As much as this is a sports luxury vehicle, as Mercedes-Benz are trying to call it, yeah, you know, if you do like your cars with a bit of power, this isn't going to let you down either. You stick it into sport mode. You have the red seat belts. As well as being smooth and comfortable, there is also the quietness of this, as it does make a lot of beeps and bongs when you open doors or leave with the power left on. These are all warning signs just to make sure, and what it does a great job of is letting me know if I've left my phone in the car, whereas some of the other EVs that I drive, I'm already upstairs in the apartment and I realise that I've left my phone downstairs, whereas this she'll talk to you and she'll let you know that don't forget you've left your phone inside it. So it's all these small little touches that make a nice difference when you are driving that Mercedes-Benz. Smooth, quiet, refined. On the expensive side, yes, but you get what you pay for, in my opinion. I think if you are in that Mercedes-Benz 80 to 100 plus €1,000 customer base, you're not going to be disappointed with this. Take it for a test drive. Let me know in the comments what you think. If this is the type of car you're interested in, I appreciate it won't be for everybody, but hopefully you've enjoyed the review. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, like the video, and remember, if you think an EV is for you, leave it to me and I'll review. Thank you very much for watching.